Hey team, I thought we'd do an upper back release. So come into your tabletop shape. Make a cactus with your right arm. So you can see it's about 90-90, both joints are making a 90-ish shape. And then you're gonna swoop your right arm all the way to the left side of your mat. Let your forearm come down. So if you have a front view here of me, I'm crossing my arm all the way over my body. I'm gonna use my other hand to plug into my wrist space so that I feel really connected to the floor here. This forearm is gonna plug down and swoop out like you're gonna do an eagle arm. Keep plugging your forearm down and then dip your right shoulder and listen with your right ear. Relax to come up, plug down with your forearm, kind of puff up into your shoulder blades. So you're spreading across your rhomboid zone and into your scap, and dip your heart down. Here we go for a few more times. Plugging down. This is kind of, we're working our shoulder girdle here as we work and floss the fascia that's compressing the outer shoulders and wrapping the whole girdle. So think about the crest of the shoulders all the way across the upper back, kind of the outside of the chest cavity, the protective aspect of the chest cavity on the back body. Let's go for two more. Last one there, and then add on here, just pull it back on a slight diagonal. So now you're getting underneath the armpit zone and into all those nice attachments, teres minor, teres major, all that yummy stuff. Maybe you get up into serratus a bit. And let's go for two more. I'm kind of pulling my rib cage up into my body, getting a nice zipping action there. And then let's go for three towards the front diagonal. So you're working into the trap zone. As you dip yourself forward, imagine spreading your trap wide. It's almost like a face plant, an ear plant, right into that kind of upper diagonal space. It would be 2 o'clock if you were measuring on a clock. Cool. Let's go ahead and switch sides right away. So swoop your arm across, plug your forearm down, keep plugging down, and then zip yourself over. This is kind of your basic, if you're having shoulder stuff going on, this is your first step to kind of check it out, floss it out, getting rid of that dense tissue on the outer aspects of the shoulders. I love this one too, to kind of support even into the lower back zone. If you want to kind of pull your hips in the opposite direction that your shoulders dipping down, you might get a nice little lumbar stretch here, a QL moment. Okay, we're gonna add that diagonal really quick for about 3, heading back. If we're measuring on the clock, that would be about 7 o'clock, let's say. You're getting into the under armpit zone, maybe into your tricep a bit. One more. And then take it on that front diagonal, zipping forward. This one's harder, so if you need support, take your anchor hand and plug it underneath your nose so that you have a little bit more grace period here as you dip forwards. I want to just base plant, but if you get into the zone where you can't really engage any further, just mitigate your range, take it back a notch. So fab. Okay, flip yourself up here. We just did the outside, so now we want to do its balancing zone on the front of the chest. Same situation with your forearm. You're going to take a little cactus shape, plug it onto a ledge, a stack of blocks or books. This would also work. And then plug down with your forearm so you feel your pec nice and engaged. Get my hair out of there so you can see my pec is nice and lit up. As I dip myself down, I'm staying engaged in my chest. This is one that you really want to watch your range here.